What's bracking, guys? Welcome to the final episode of Season 2 of my Fulham career mode. One last push for a Europa League spot. 6 points away is really not too far, and a huge match against Newcastle, who are also one spot in front of us, so just 1 point away. This is a big one. We are missing Jordan Morris because I did jump to the result in the last match, and you got a red card. So De Cordova-Reid is going to be on the left after Morris had a very good performance, but it's just those jump to results. There tend to be some interesting that happens sometimes, and that may be a season-defining incident. So we'll see what happens, though, against Newcastle at home, and hopefully we can get this match started off well. On the ball here, De Cordova-Reid playing the ball back, letting Robinson push forward, waiting for kind of the running behind of De Cordova-Reid. You can see him doing a good job running at the defense, cutting the ball back, showcasing some good dribbling abilities. To Zombo, he's going to use his strength, find De Cordova-Reid back there, who's going to find Mitrovic, who's going to put that ball in the back of the net to go up 1-0 in the 4th minute. So that's a great start to the match. De Cordova-Reid has been really the starter at the left mid spots. Jordan Morris took over, but Reid has done a good job getting that spot back in this little instance. I mean, Reid is just a great versatile player. He can play on the wing, he can play striker, and that's really what we need more in this squad, depth, and that's what we're going to address next season. We're going to sign a lot of more rotational players, because I'm really happy with the starting 11 so far, but we could use some improvements other years. But Tosin Adarabioyo with a great interception. Thankfully, almost a big mistake by Kusevic, but thankfully Rodak does a good job reacting in time as we're going to try to play on this break. Ball to Cordova-Reid back in the middle to Zombo, who's going to find Tom Kearney into a bit of space. Look for the overlap of Tete. He's going to run at the defense, have quite a bit of room, and Lookman's going to tuck in. Mutric's going to play the ball to Kearney. He's going to play the ball over to Lookman with a beautiful chipped cross, and Lookman is going to hit that in the back of the net. So 2-0 up. What a start early on in this matchup. Exactly what you want to see from this side. And obviously the floodgates could keep going, because what happens usually in Ultimate is after that 2-goal lead, the opposing defense just makes mistakes. But we are going to be the one making mistakes here. A terrible pass by Tom Kearney and a chip in the end by Mateta, I believe that is, to put in the back of the net to make things 2-1. That's actually not Mateta. That's for Tunis. A little bit confused by the bottom thing. I don't know why. Sometimes it doesn't show. Sometimes it show. But for the right player. But 2-1, and now Newcastle has a bit of momentum in the second half. Walder is going to run the defense. Somehow keeps that ball. Adarabioyo looked like he had a chance to get that, but in the end, now it's Mateta putting that back net to make things 2-2. So we start off the match so well in this key fixture, because again, only 6 points away from Europa League spot is which is what the board wants us to do this season, and it looks like we may be bottling that now. But Tete going to play the ball forward to Mitrovic. We're moving to a two-striker formation. This is where we really miss having Jordan Morris, but De Cordova-Reid's going to be played through. He's going to have a go, and he hits that over the bar. 67th minute. The chances may be coming, but we just cannot take that one. So Thompson, the young American Youth Academy winger, is going to come on as a left winger, and he's going to take a chance here. But Lookman, great ball from De Cordova-Reid to him, but just going to play Mitrovic, who's barely offside. Looked like that was the game winner, but in the end, it did not work out. Still 79th minute, a chance here. Mitrovic to Zombo, to Lookman, who's going to play the ball back to Zombo, who's going to play it to De Cordova-Reid. Just a very good save that time from the Newcastle goalkeeper to keep things 2-2, and the lack of taking advantage of those chances comes to haunt us in the end, as now Newcastle come away with the lead. 87th minute. Some poor defending as you're just really looking to go forward and grab the 3 points. We needed 3 points, obviously. 5 matches left. We could have 4 matches with 5 points is still doable, but in the end, we do lose that one and puts us in a tough spot. 9th, and actually you can see there's only a 1 point difference. So maybe, yeah, the draw would have been okay, but if we would have won that, we'd have only been 5 points away from a European spot in the end. 4 points away. We'd been only 4 points away from Manchester United, who did move up to the 6th spot. So, yeah, It's a tough one. Obviously, very tough. Now, Jordan Morris back in this match against Watford, playing the ball to Mitrovic. Is going to have a bit of space. So a good tuck in from Morris. Going to have a go for first post. A great save, however, from the Watford goalkeeper to keep things 0-0. Now, Cordova-Reid is going to be at the striker position this time. So we're playing the 4-1-3-2, and I really like this formation. I think this is what we're going to move to next season. But now a great playthrough by Reid, Mitrovic. Mitrovic is going to put that in the back of the net to make things 1-0. So there's still 4 matches left in the season. But it's going to be a very tough go to try to get. We're going to have to win out. I mean, it was like that before. We really need to win almost every match, even when we were only about 30 games in the season and still had some time to go. We still need to win almost every match and just to kind of have things more in our hands, and obviously hope that some points were dropped. But 27 goals in the season for Mitrovic now. But this formation looks wonderful, honestly. The link-up play between Cordova, Reid, and Mitrovic is splendid, as again, Reid will put a cross into Mitrovic to grab another goal. So 2-0 up against Watford. We do not want to bottle it 2-0 like we did the last match, but a great just chemistry between the two, and it's something we're going to have to look at for next season, the 4-1-3-2. Zombo really is a good creator in this kind of 8 to 10 hybrid role. Look at that, the interception, incredible work. He's going to play Mitrovic through, who looks like he's going to have a go, and it's just saved. But that's why I like Zombo in this 4-1-3-2. He can win the ball, he can push forward, he's just a tank. And this time Anderson does a good job winning the ball. Gray, a little bit interesting footwork there. We just cannot get the ball out. Finally, do Zombo. Look at the strength in there in that midfield. He's going to use it to make tons of space and play Mitrovic through, who's going to be 1v1 with the keeper. Can maybe play the sweat now, but he's going to have the confidence to finish that, to grab his hat trick, go up 3-0, and continue his just dominance in the Golden Boot race. He's been incredible these last 2 seasons, but the thing is, he missed a lot of key chances too. If he didn't miss those key chances, he easily breaks the competition record as he would jump to the result, take the 3-0, something I maybe was considering, I probably shouldn't have done it, but whatever. And now where are we at in the table? 56 points, still 7 points away from Manchester United is what we are now. And yeah, it's going to be tough. There's not many games left. We need some results to go our way. We need to win every match. But now Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. Of course, they have a very talented squad. But Anderson, this man has been incredible as a CDM. I love this man at CDM, and we're never going to change that, honestly. Mitrovic is going to find the run of Jordan Morris, who's going to in behind, see what he's going to do with it. He's going to have a go right at the goalkeeper. Probably could have played a cross goal in the end. But now 38th minute now, Jordan Morris running the defense. Mitrovic going to wait for the run of Kearney, and he's going to do a good job latching onto that and putting that back in the net. The late runs of Tom Kearney have been incredible, and it showed right there. This time we did go back to the 4-3-3 just because it is Chelsea. I felt like we needed a bit more help in the midfield against a team like this. Kearney, though, another wonderful season. That's why he keeps growing as a 30-year-old. You're going to see that he surpassed his potential. He has had dynamic potential come into play as a 30-year-old. Ninth goal of the season. That's awesome for our captain. He just continues to play at a very high level, as this time Werner going to completely turn our defenders and tie things up 1-1. That's just the thing with freaking the competition mode, man. You just have to kind of lay off them, let them do their turning so they turn into nothing rather than close down super tight is what I've noticed so far. So Chelsea now pushing forward. Werner has some space, going to play the ball here to Havertz. Good link-up play, very quick build-up. Havertz going to have tons of space, no closing down happening, and Havertz is going to put that back in the net to make things 2-1. So essentially, it does look like our Europa League spots are completely vanished now. Our Europa League hopes are completely vanished now. But Werner's not going to make things any easier on us. The turning, Tosin does a good job initially getting a foot on that. But the quick play, the build-up, incredible. Didn't really cover that run as well as we could have, but obviously with this defensive AI and midfield AI being trash, it can be hard sometimes. But very good build-up play. And that looks like that's the nail in the coffin, unless they can make things even worse in the 89th minute. And yes, they will. Tecatito Corona playing Havertz through, and it's going to be in the back of the net in the 89th minute to make things 4-1. So just a tough way to see our season finish. Love the jump to result feature for stuff like that, to see us just end our destruction or destruction of another side. So 2 matches left, 56 points. Obviously, no chance at a Europa League spot, now 10 points away. So we're pretty much just playing for a better position in the table, and morale is what we're doing in the end. Of course, we were expected to win to get the Europa League spot this season, but it was always going to be tough, really. It was not going to be very easy. So these last two matches are going to kind of sum up. We're not going to really show every highlight or even the goal of their sides. Lookman, though, with a great finish into the opposite net in that time, just really powering it past. I like to see Lookman having a bit more composure. It's something we need to work on because he has this every aspect of his game. Just the finishing is not always there. So if you get that composure up and the finishing up, I think it could be really good. Zombo going to look for the cutback of Kearney, who's going to grab his 10th goal of the season, who was on a yellow just to end the half as well. So good build-up play from Zombo. I probably should honestly still be playing like Onoma or someone just to help get their in these last couple matches to get their overall up and their morale up. But I still want to let the captain get a go because he has been so key for us throughout this season, and it really shows with his goal contributions. Now Mitro's going to play the ball through here to Lookman, tons of space. Let's see what he's going to do. He's going to have the composure. He's going to cut the ball back. What is he going to do? Oof. Look at that beautiful move. Going to cut it to his left foot and finish that 3-0. That's what we want to see. Lookman has to take that in the next season. He had a really good season nonetheless, but I feel like his first season was maybe a little bit stronger. 9 goals, still quality output, and that's how the match will end. So we'll win that one. This was an intriguing one, Crystal Palace, but we're just going to show our goals because we want to get the season over with, and really get on into the next season, guys. I'm really excited for it because I think that's next season just really is the general progression what should be happening. As Mitra just absolutely rocks this one in the back of the net after a great layoff by Tom Kearney. That is beautiful. That is lovely. Mitrovic is going to push closer to that 30-plus goal mark, it looks like, as Kearney now is going to link up to Mitrovic. Good build-up play. Back to Anderson. Back to Kearney. And in the middle to Mitrovic. Out wide to Jordan Moore. Let's see what he's going to do. He's going to cut this ball back. A great ball to Mitrovic. He's going to put that ball in the back of the net to go up 2-1 now. Mitrovic, tons of goals, man. Yeah, like I said, though, it could have had even more. And really, in season-defining moments, he was not as clutch as we would have hoped, but still an incredible striker, obviously, and he's getting to improve. And now he's at the 31-goal mark. We'll see if we get that even higher. I think the competition record is like 32. He could possibly break that. We'll see what happens. Zombo playing the ball here to Jordan Morris, the young American winger with tons of space, the pacey man. He could have played this one across, but he's going to actually finish the chance. He probably should have played it across. When you think about it in hindsight, I don't know if there's any beef between Mitrovic and Jordan Morris, but we want to keep getting Morris's goal output up. Obviously, 4 goals, not too bad in his first season. Now, a great link of play with Zombo. And Lookman after Josh Onoma found Lookman initially. And now we're going to go up forward to, and that is why I'm really intrigued by Josh Onoma, because I think if we keep playing him more, he can be a really good option. He's going to get a lot more game time next season. Like I said, next season we need to focus on more depth. So that way when we have match congestion, we have a much stronger squad out there, and also we can go on a cup run. We do want to go on a cup run, obviously. That would be big for us. So in the end, we ended up finishing 9th, 62 points, and really we could have been in that 5th spot. We could have been in that Europa League spot easily. We did not bottle some games, so it is what it is. And we dropped a lot of points that we shouldn't have in the end, and that is the difference between us being a European side and a top half side, just a general top half side in that top 9, top 10. But not a bad season nonetheless. You can see other teams who went down: Cardiff City, Watford, Preston, ended up going down in the end. Yeah. Manchester City won, Arsenal was 2nd, Chelsea was 3rd. Chelsea was a very strong side. But in the end, Matrix ran away with the golden boot, 31 goals again. Last season he just missed it. He had 31 goals also. He had 31 goals also last season. So another impressive output from the man. You can see other people behind him: Kane, Salah, Mane, De Bruyne, Sterling, Jimenez, Dembele. Very, very good players, obviously. Zombo Anguissa, the 14 assists. This is why he's going to be the kind of cam center mid 8/10 hybrid in a 4-1-3-2 is what we're going to look at. 14 assists incredible. You also saw behind him Mitrovic and a few other players. So you can see 31 goals from Mitrovic, 11 from Zamangisa, 10 from Kearney, 9 from Lookman, 4 for the Cordova, Reed Morris. Onoma and Kusevic pitched in with 1 as well. And now taking a look at the assists, you saw Mitrovic was kind of still in like the top 10, 15, along with Cordova Reed, I think it was. But yeah, Zombo 14 assists, Mitrovic 9, Cordova Reed with 7, Lookman with 3, Jordan Morris with 3, Kearney with 3, and Josh Onoma with 1. So a solid season again from Tom Kearney, 10 goals as a 30-year-old, continuing to improve and grow. Josh Onoma, I'm really intrigued to have him get some more playing time. I think he's going to be a good player. And yeah, we'll take a look at the squad hub now, see how some players have grown. You saw Rodak went up to 79, which is very good. Obviously, we had Ariola last season on loan, so I really think we should have maybe just had Rodak play that whole season to help him grow a bit more, but good improvement in this season from Anthony Robinson up to the 82 overall. Joe Bryant's going to be leaving us next season if you haven't seen that before. Benjamin Kusevic up to the 78 overall. He obviously started all the season and has been very solid. Tosin up to the 80 overall. Good improvements. Joakim Anderson up to the 82 as a CDM now. He's very close to actually finishing his training. He should be finished with it next season. Now, Kenny Tete up to the 83 overall. Steven Sessegnon up to the 70. He's going to be a quality. He's going to be getting a lot more playing time next season. 68 overall is Louis Buckley. He's going to be CDM / left back for us next season. We'll see how he fares there. Jordan Morris up to 78. So still looks like he's improved quite a bit. Zombo up to the 84, however. That is some really good improvements. And Tyrese Francois will probably be letting him go. Josh Onoma up to 73 with some playing time this season, so I think he's going to keep improving. And Tom Kearney, the 31-year-old, grew up to 78 overall. So dynamic potential really came into play for him, and we'll see how far it goes with him. Is an interesting thing. Lookman at the 83 overall. So good improvements there. Ingen, young Swedish winger, up to 65. Thompson, the young American winger, showing great potential up to 70 overall. So I think he could be a good backup option for us all. So he's going to get more playing time next season, I think, in backup squads, the Cup squad. 76 overall, Dakota Reed, and 82 overall, Mitrovic. I think we're going to see the 4-1-3-2 next season, guys. It was a really fun season. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Next episode, first episode, is going to be out pretty soon. With that, guys, hope you all enjoyed this episode. Have a great rest of your weekend. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be signing out now, and I'll catch you guys later.